Welcome back to our journey with Scenic down the Rhine, one of the world's great rivers. After kicking off in Amsterdam and venturing into Belgium for a day trip, we're back in the Netherlands to soak up more Dutch history.
Maastricht, by way of the Maastricht Treaty, is the birthplace of the EU, of the single currency euro, of that fine border-dissolving idea of European citizenship. I'm sure there's some dry, droll political explanation as to why that all began here, but have a look around. Damn, this is one glorious joint. They're big on food, wine, elegance, ceremony, the joy of life. If you wanted the EU to have a heart and soul, why wouldn't you want it to start here? The good people of Maastricht seem to enjoy the outdoors.
Yes, yes. People enjoy more the good food, the good drinks. We have a word for it. We call it the Burgundy way of life. They say about Maastricht, you know, that people have an 11th commandment. Thou shalt enjoy yourselves.
I like that one.
Maastricht appears to be big on good living, with its cafes and restaurants full to bursting.
This delicacy, this pie is called a vlaai.
Vlaai.
V-L-A-A-I. And it means paddy, what a cow drops in the meadow.
Oh, you're doing it an injustice. It looks a lot better than that.
It tastes much better, yeah. They are fantastic.
The vlaai is found in most bakeries in Holland and they're often eaten on special occasions. However, loitering outside the bakery as a first timer to Maastricht seems occasion enough to me.
What flavour is this?
I think it's apple with cinnamon. Okay, bon appetit.
That is really good, isn't it?
Don't think of the word, huh?
You just ruin it. You mean the cow patty? Oh, that is really good.
From the Netherlands, Scenic Opal gently glides us across the border into Germany and some of its most treasured sites.
Although the names Koblenz, Cochem and Bernkastel may snag in the throat before tumbling off the tongue, they are among some of the most attractive destinations on the planet. Cathedrals, castles, fortresses, medieval villages, kingdoms won and lost, all stud this sparkling stretch of the avenue of charms known as the Rhine and Moselle rivers. And if all that splendour isn't enough to put a fine crease in the cloak of comfort we're travelling in, we're doing so through the very precise, neat and ordered part of the world called Germany. It's enough to crisp your schnitzel.
It's not only the scenery that blows one's mind, but also the comfort on our scenic spaceship.
As if you need proof, luxury is paramount on board. Every conceivable convenience is available at the push of a button. There's air conditioning, 2 zones, and a bed for any position. And for further fun, there's a disco light in the shower. But for full effect, you might want the lights off. There's a push-button window, lets the fresh air in. If the fresh air's a little too fresh, there's always the fire. Oh, and of course, the butler. Raphael. Yeah, the lobster thermidor, thanks. Great.
We've spent the last few days gliding down the mighty Rhine, taking in the scenery, but now it's time to meet her smaller, and some might say even more beautiful, little sister.
Right here is where the Rhine meets the queen of German rivers, the Moselle, at the city of Koblenz, which attracted the attention of so many conquering heroes and villains, Julius Caesar, Louis XIV, Napoleon, and any number of royal, religious and revolutionary nutbags were all drawn here for their slice of what is obviously a very appealing pie. Or perhaps their focus was more hedonistic because this area produces some of the finest wines in the world.
Magnificent centuries-old castles and churches rise from one of the largest and oldest towns in the region, and our masterly planned scenic itinerary allows us a full day to explore.
Those Romans, they knew their stuff and they were everywhere. They based their camp here 2,000 years ago and built this wall, or parts of it. And they knew from experience that if you were going to build by the river, you pick the high point of town away from any potential flood.
As a mark of the significance of the location, and towering over the opposite side of the Rhine is the Ehrenbreitstein, Europe's second largest preserved fortress. At nearly 120 metres above the river, it's the best vantage point to appreciate the meeting of the two rivers while admiring the city below.